Welcome to this week's video. So this week I've got an eXtremeRate Switch replacement shell in the style of an old Snes. So I've got this old Nintendo Switch with old grey Joy-Cons on it, so they're a bit worn. As you can see, there's a lot of shine around the buttons. So this is the case that I've got, link in description. So it looks like an old Snes. So it comes with a back cover. It comes with the two Joy-Con replacement shells, so different colour buttons, replacement screws. So first off we'll start with the back cover. So these vent covers go on first, double-sided tape. Then it comes with two bits to go in the screwdriver, so a Phillips head and a tri-wing. So first we use the tri-wing to take the four screws out the back, and then we just swap it over with the cross head, and then we just take the screws out the sides. Then the back plate pops off, and it was nice and easy, so we need to take these bits off the back. So one screw out of there, and then the two screws holding the stand, so these just pop out, and then we just place them onto the new back cover, just line it up in two screws. And then it's also missing this part off the back stand, so we just need to pop the screw out and this metal piece, pop it into the new back stand, pop the screw back in, and then we can put it back on. And it clips into place and is nice and sturdy, opens okay. Then we just clip it in, just clip it around the top, around the vent, just need a few clicks, make sure it all fits okay, and then we just need to pop the screws back in. It does come with new screws if you wanted to, but I prefer using the official Nintendo ones that come out of the Switch itself. And this is the easy bit, done within minutes, nice and easy, makes it look so much better instantly. It's got a nice glossy finish, feels nice to the touch, and you can tell that it's real good quality, a lot better than the cheaper Chinese import ones. So now we move on to the Joy-Cons. So these are the old grey ones that we've got, and these are the nice new Snes style ones we're going to put it into. So it does come with black buttons, but it also comes with the Snes style buttons, and they're the ones that I'm going to go for, a lot more colourful. So once again, 4 tri-wing screws that need to come out, nice and easy. Then you just clip off the side, and then once it's open we need to disconnect the battery straight away. And I know straight away this is a bit spongy, so this battery will need replacing. Then there's 3 screws that need to be taken out to remove this cover. Just gently lift it up because there's a ribbon cable attaching, release that. Then 2 ribbon cables on the side need to come off, then this ribbon cable at the top. 2 screws to remove the joystick. And then screws at the top to remove the top buttons. Then just lever out the vibration. 2 screws to hold the motherboard, and then just gently lift the board out. Then we get the new board in place, we move all the rubbers, all the buttons across. Obviously we need the new Snes style colours going in first. Then the old membrane can go on top, give it a clean if it needs it. So we have them next to each other, and then we just transfer the stuff across. This little black surround needs to go on, it should keep enough stickiness to be able to just clip into place. Then we just pop the motherboard back in with the vibration motor, make sure it all lines up, the buttons are in there, 2 screws back in, then this top shoulder button goes back in, just put the screws back in there as well. Put the Joy-Con joystick back in, 2 screws in there, reconnect all the ribbon cables, making sure they're pushed in fully, put the latches across. Then we just need to pop this top button off. Again, remove the screw, put it onto the new inside boards. Then carefully line up the 2 springs, and what we have to do here is just pop the button on top and then press down. Sometimes they slightly move and you'll need to adjust them with some tweezers, so at times you'll get lucky and they line up perfect straight away. Then we go onto the side rail, so one screw, take this off. We need to take these screws out so that we can change the side button colours. So it comes with the 2 black ones, so we just need to pop them out. So take the old ones out, put the new ones in, put the membranes back in after them. Then pop the board back in with the 2 screws. While I've got it open, I'm just going to take this side part off and I'm going to replace the lock with metal versions instead. So these are a lot better for keeping them in securely. So just pop it back in. Unfortunately it went a bit blurry for a second. Then we just put it back together, side rail back on, screw back in, and then make the connections, ribbon cables in, latches across, and then that's that. Shoulder button back in, make this one more ribbon cable connector. Carefully move this across without the shoulder button shooting out, losing the spring. Adjust the ribbon cable so it stays in place, 3 screws back in. New non-spongy battery connected, and it should all clip out on the sides. Just line it all up, make sure it all fits okay. And there we have it, really nice finish. All the edges meeting up nice and flush. Then the 4 tri-ring screws go back in, and then that one is done. Very easy. Just check all the buttons pressed as they should do, and then we have a little look over it, and then we can see how good the finish is and how nice the different colours are. So now on to the next Joy-Con. So again, 4 tri-ring screws to come out. Just clip it apart, disconnect the battery again. This one also a little bit spongy but not as bad. Again, there's 3 more screws in the top that take out this middle bracket. So we gently lift this out. Again, there's a ribbon cable, so be careful. You need to unlatch it. Then we take the 2 side cables off, disconnect the joystick, and then we'll just pop up the vibration. Then we take the joystick out with 2 screws, and there's 2 motherboard screws. So gently lift this up, and there's a whole host of other connections underneath. So we don't need to disconnect any of these, we can just take the whole unit out in one. So just lift it all out, it was just stuck down with a bit of tape. So again, get the new shell across, put the new Snes colour batteries in, and the new membrane, and the old membrane, sorry. This black surround to go on, again it keeps its stickiness, just put it in place. The top button goes in with the membrane, the home button goes on, and then you just need to line up the old board with all the connections underneath it. Just line them up nice and correctly, then fold it over, make sure it all goes into place. Once it's lined up, put the vibration into place, and then just put the 2 more screws back in. The joystick goes in with 2 screws. Make the connection, push it right in, connection across. Then the same again with the middle connection, we've got 1 shoulder button that needs to come out, pop it straight into the new one. Again, line up the springs as best as you can, and then just pop the shoulder button directly on top, pressing down. This one works straight away. Then again onto the side buttons, so we just need to take this bar off again. Put the new black ones in, the old membranes go back in. The board goes back on, and then the same again with this one. We're going to just quickly replace the end bit and put in a new metal lock. Screws back in. We just reattach the sidebar, 1 screw in, make the 2 ribbon cable connections back to the motherboard, clip the latches across, and then we're nearly there. Line it all up, putting the shoulder button underneath. Just reattach the 3 screws that need to go in. Then we reconnect the battery, just lay it into place. Make sure that this cable is routed around properly, otherwise when we try and close it up, it won't line up properly and we'll have a bit of a lumpy middle. So clip it all into place and that's all nice and fine again. And then we just pop the 4 screws back in. And then that's it, it's been done nice and quick. And there it is, so a really nice finish on the back. Nice new grey Joy-Cons to slide in. And that's it. One of the easiest shelf swaps I've had to do. Obviously there's a bit more involved within the Joy-Cons themselves, but the backplate is really easy to do. The Joy-Cons just need a little bit more attention. You just need some decent tweezers to be able to move and release the catches that are in there. But it comes with the screwdrivers that are required. Comes with replacement screws, comes with a choice of buttons, so overall I'm really happy with the finish. The Switch has gone from an old battered looking Nintendo Switch to a nice new refreshed one. A really good idea on how to rejuvenate an old Switch. So hopefully you're able to follow along. As mentioned before, the link is in the description for the parts that I use. Thanks very much for watching. Please like, comment and subscribe.